Breaking news, the Arizona Republican Party declares COVID-19 injections a biological and technological weapon, passes the ban the jab resolution. We've got so much to unpack here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last several days in under 10 minutes. Let's get into the story by our guest contributor at thegatewaypundit.com. The Arizona Republican Party is now the second state Republican Party to pass a ban the jab resolution and declare COVID-19 injections biological and technological weapons. Patriot Dan Schultz of PrecinctStrategy.com submitted the ban the jab resolution that the Republican Party of Arizona passed. The Arizona GOP voted today and passed the resolution with approximately a 96% vote. The resolution declares the COVID-19 injections to be biological and technological weapons and calls on the governor to prohibit their distribution and the attorney general to confiscate the vials and conduct a forensic analysis of their contents. It goes on to explain that in addition to being an attorney, Dan Schultz is a former West Point graduate and former U.S. Army counterintelligence and human intelligence officer. Mr. Schultz advocates the precinct strategy, which seeks to wrestle control of the Republican Party back to the people. Previously, Dan Schultz submitted the ban the jab resolution to the Maricopa County GOP. On Saturday, January 13th, Maricopa County passed the resolution with an 87.4% vote. A total of 1,494 votes were cast, 1,306 in favor, 188 against. Maricopa County is the largest Republican county in the nation. The first ban the jab resolution was authored by psychotherapist Dr. Joseph Sanson in February of 2023, and the Gateway Pundit has more on that issue. It turns out that many are seeing the vaccines for what they are, biological weapons. What their ultimate cause is, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's discuss another terrible story coming out of Ukraine, where we have a longer video. We'll just watch a couple minutes of it. It turns out, just in directly here today, that $61 billion was just the beginning, according to Ukrainian President Zelenskyy, announces a 10-year funding agreement with the U.S. Glory to Ukraine. Let's get into this. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, after speaking with Democrat House Leader Hakeem Jeffries, announced on Sunday that the U.S. and Ukraine are working on fixing specific levels of support for this year and for the next, quote, 10 years. This will likely supersede President Trump's authority on the matter if passed. As the Gateway Pundit reported, Congress recently passed 3 bills to hand out $95 billion in, quote, foreign aid, or as we know, corrupt money to Ukraine, Israel, and Gaza, and other non-U.S. involved conflict zones around the world. Of the $95 billion, over $60 billion was allocated for Ukraine. The handout to Ukraine was sold to the American people as a loan. However, as the Gateway Pundit reported, the package Johnson announced Wednesday includes terms that will allow the president to cancel 50% of Ukraine's debt. Now, Ukraine is apparently getting more money of this. We'll go ahead and we'll watch a little bit of a video that is here on Rumble from Jordan Conradson. Here is the man, the myth, the legend, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy talking about this.
Шановні українці, українки, жодного дня не втрачаємо для України. Щойно говорив з лідером демократів в Палаті представників Конгресу США Хакімом Джефрісом. Подякував йому та усім конгресменам за підтримку нашої держави і особисте лідерство в просуванні нового пакета допомоги Україні. Ми на всіх рівнях взаємодіємо з партнерами, щоб досягти саме того рівня оперативності в допомозі, який потрібен.
Sorry, I don't know if you support Ukraine or not, guys. I don't. I think this war needs to stop. We need to stop supporting them, actually. That's my personal opinion, not the official opinion of the network, but, you know, take it or leave it. It is what it is. Speaking of this, another story came in. Holy crap. Lost Joe Biden gives a speech to wounded warriors with his back to them until Jill finally turns him around. Joe Biden offered his praise and thanks to a group of wounded warriors at the White House earlier this week, but had his back to them for his entire speech until Jill Biden turned him around. The bizarre gaffe occurred on Wednesday as Jill Biden launched the Wounded Warriors Project annual soldier ride from the White House lawn. Watch the clip. It's absolutely insane. It's about a minute and a half long, but I guess we'll watch the whole thing just because we like making fun of Sleepy Joe.
We ride with you. Isn't that right, Joe? Michael and Tom.
Folks, I'm sorry I wasn't out here, but I've been just signing and finishing up a bill that I think all the wounded warriors and warriors care about. We just finally, thank God, provided the need to protect Ukraine with the money they need. I'm supposed to go back in to make one more call. It was the only first time I've not been with you the whole time. And I'll be very, very brief. I want to say one thing to the wounded warriors. You are the spine of America. And that's not an exaggeration. I really mean it. You're the backbone. You're the spine of America. You're the reason why we're the nation we are. You're the best America has to offer. And God love you all. That's all. Oh, over here too. Well, I'll tell you what, anyway, thank you. And Jill's going to kick me in the rear end if I don't get out of here and finish my job. Thank you. No, I really mean it. You're the sinew and spine of America. Not a joke. You know, the idea that someone would say,
Well, it does seem like it might have been just a little bit of a joke, as he doesn't even know where the wounded warriors are at. And this isn't even the worst of his gaffes, as Joe Biden, in his typical sleepy manner, in this story from Christina Lila, reports directly that Joe Biden has a battle with his food at the White House Correspondents' dinner. And there's not much to get into on this, except that Joe Biden Saturday evening stayed up past his bedtime to deliver remarks at the White House Correspondents' dinner with Hollywood elitists. Far-left protesters stormed the White House Correspondents' dinner and harassed celebrity journalists as they walked into the Washington Hilton. We don't need to watch all that footage, but you can watch the video directly of him fumbling his food, confused as always. Take a look. All right. Enough of that. That made me uncomfortable. Some better news coming out of the Trump and DeSantis feud that we once were used to. It turns out that they might be joining forces. President Trump and Ron DeSantis met privately in Florida. It appears a long-running feud between America's top two Republicans has thawed, as the Washington Post reported that President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis met privately for several hours Sunday morning in Miami. Trump and DeSantis had not spoken since the end of the Republican primary, a bitter contest in which both men launched biting attacks at each other, which were often personal. As the Gateway Pundit readers know, DeSantis endorsed Trump the day he left the race in January. Allies of both men brokered the meeting in hopes of potential peace between the two. According to the Post, the meeting was the brainchild of prominent Florida real estate broker Steve Witkoff, an ally of both Trump and DeSantis. It turns out here directly that Witkoff contacted Trump and asked him to meet with the Florida governor. Both Trump and DeSantis spoke on friendly terms, according to the Post's sources, and DeSantis agreed to help the 45th president. Trump's team is hopeful such assistance will include the Florida governor, helping raise money for the campaign, which is lagging behind in fundraising. The meeting will also produce renewed speculation that Trump is looking at tapping DeSantis as his running mate, perhaps. Trump previously suggested that the Florida governor was on the list of people he was considering. Let me know whether you think that's a good idea below. For the Gateway Pundits Weekend Review, I'm Elijah Schaffer. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.